Topic 1. Republicans face voter dissatisfaction due to increasing healthcare premiums, indicating challenges in managing healthcare costs. The Republican Party in the United States is encountering voter dissatisfaction due to rising health insurance premiums. This issue has become particularly pronounced amid government shutdown discussions, with Democrats seizing the opportunity to pressure Republicans for an extension of Obamacare subsidies. While Republicans criticize Obamacare, they struggle to propose viable alternatives, making the rising healthcare costs a significant political issue ahead of next year's midterm elections. Although they emphasize solutions through the private sector and free markets, specific plans remain unannounced. Many Republican lawmakers oppose the extension of subsidies, foreshadowing internal conflicts, and voters are increasingly leaning towards trusting Democrats on healthcare issues. Topic 2. Private donors contribute over $125 million to sustain foreign aid programs following U.S. government cuts. In 2025, following the Trump administration's halt on foreign aid, urgent responses became necessary. Various organizations initiated fundraising efforts, successfully raising over $125 million in emergency funds within 8 months. This funding aims to support programs at risk of discontinuation due to the U.S. government's aid cuts. Led by Sasha Gallant, a team selected 80 cost-effective and impactful programs for private donors, which collectively raised over $110 million through Project Resource Optimization, along with an additional $15 million in emergency funds. Donors included both established foundations and new individual contributors, who trusted PRO's analysis for their donations. For instance, GiveWell contributed $34 million, while Jacob and Annie Weaver donated over $1 million. Although PRO could not replace USAID's support, it adjusted budgets to maintain essential programs, such as reducing Helen Keller Intle's budget for a nutrition program in Nigeria from $7 million to $1.5 million. These efforts allowed many programs to continue operating, surprising PRO's researchers. However, some donors hesitated to contribute due to concerns that the U.S. government's aid cuts could lead to moral hazard issues. The future of U.S. government aid remains uncertain, and many donors are striving to support future developments. Dean Carlin expressed regret over the consequences of the aid cuts and hopes for the reconstruction of an efficient, goal-oriented system. Topic 3. Boeing workers in the Midwest strike, rejecting the company's latest offer, highlighting labor tensions. Approximately 3,200 workers at Boeing's facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, and Mascoutah, Illinois, are continuing their strike into the 13th week after rejecting the company's latest contract offer. This strike is impacting military aircraft and weapon development, complicating Boeing's financial recovery. The union claims negotiations have stalled over wage and retirement benefits, while Boeing counters that the workers' demands exceed the cost of living in the Midwest. Boeing has prepared contingency plans for the strike, but delays in deliveries of aircraft like the F-15EX are occurring. The union criticizes Boeing for ignoring workers' demands and is calling for a fair contract. Topic 4. Federal Reserve's anticipated rate cuts and implications for bond markets. The Federal Reserve is expected to cut interest rates by 0.25 percentage points, prompting bond investors to reassess their long-term Treasury holdings. Some investors are retreating from long-term treasuries, anticipating a soft landing for the economy. The Federal Open Market Committee is likely to lower the benchmark rate to a range of 3.75% to 4.00%, marking the second rate cut of the year. Fed Chair Jerome Powell indicated that the end of quantitative tightening (QT) is near, which could reduce Treasury supply, raising prices and lowering yields. The end of QT is expected to positively impact the Treasury market, while in